Hey everybody, Don here again. It is Wednesday, July 6th. I had so much fun on the Connecticut River on Sunday with the smallmouth that I decided to come somewhere where I could chase smallmouth again. Not the big river, the Connecticut, but the Pemi. And I'm on the lower section. This is called Shaw's Cove. And I don't have a long time to fish. It's 6:45 now. And Karen's got to work at noon. She was going to go in a little early and take the pup with her. So I got to go on dog duty before too awful long. So I'll probably fish until 10. And I'm going to go down towards the dam. There's a lot of blowdowns in this river. I'm hoping I can get on the Smallies the same way I did on the Connecticut. Beautiful day. It rained throughout the night, so I don't really know how the bite's going to be. And it's partly cloudy now, but I can see blue skies are starting to break out. The problem is, by shortly after 10, the winds are supposed to be blowing like 12, 13, 14, something like that. And I think they'll be blowing down the river, so coming back will be a little bit tough. The pedal drive will make it. So I'm just going to pedal down, try a couple different things. I'm going to try topwater, even though it's a little late. I'm going to throw the whopper plopper a little bit. And then I've got a spinnerbait, I've got a Ned Rig, and I'm trying the tiny child rig that that Tracy from Old Lady Angler recommended. And I'll show you how I made those. So let's go down the river. So like I said, I'm going to be fishing the tiny child rig that I learned from Tracy at Old Lady Angler. And basically what it is and how I made it, it's a TRD hooked, kind of Texas rigged with weedless with I think I have a 3/0 wide gap hook here. And then in the end she uses a little lead plug. Now I can't use lead in New Hampshire, so what I did is I took some of these are eco gear or something like that. They're tungsten mushroom heads, Ned Rigs, whatever you want to call them. What I did was I cut the hook off right beyond this keeper, so the hook is cut off, and then I cut the eyelet off with some nippers. And then what I did is I insert it into the tail end of this TRD. Now I wish I would have done this before I went to the Connecticut River, because I lost 3 of these tungsten Ned Rigs. So that was $9, right? I figured I might as well cut some of these up and use them and save, so yeah, I might lose it, and I'm losing the fact that it's now a Ned Rig, but this would have done much better in those trees. And I'm hoping the same thing happens down here. There's some good trees down here that I'm going to be fishing in some rocky areas, and I think this will be the ticket to keep from losing so much gear. So I'll throw this here in just a little bit. We're drifting down to a log. Before I get down to that tree where I want to throw that tiny child, I want to work this little weed patch here with a weightless yum dinger, Texas rigged. It's pretty shallow in here, but I've got a 4-inch on here, downsizing a little bit for the smallmouth. There are also largemouth in this river. I don't catch as many of them as I do smallmouth, but got him. Oh, what do we got? Oh, nice fish. Oh, man. Oh, it's got to be a pickerel. Look at him. He's pulling drag. coming back into that tree. Oh, it's a nice largemouth. Holy smokes, get out of that tree. Holy smokes. Come on, in the net. Wow, well, I told you this body of water had largemouth. I just hadn't caught many of them. Look at this. Oh, nice one. Took it a little bit down in the back of the tongue. Nice fish. Holy smokes. He's got something raw on him, like something's been nibbling on him. That's a nice 14, 15-inch largie. Hello, Mr. Bass. Thank you for playing. It looks like he's got a crawdad in the back of his gullet. Thank you for playing. Good way to start the day. It is 7:13. So I started the day with 66 bass. On my way to hopefully 180 and beyond. So that was 67. Let's see what else is over there. Oh, pickerel. I'm afraid, yep, broke me off. Bit off by a pickerel. Oh, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna tie a hook on real quick. So I caught that bass on a dark green pumpkin yum dinger. Just gonna change it up a little bit. I got this light pumpkin with orange flakes in it. This is a really cool color. This is another lure that, or another lure that Danny sent me a while ago. All right. Well, I should get going downriver, but I want to make a cast to that tree. So I caught a big bass and lost a rig to a pickerel. I want to cast to that other tree just to see if there's any more bass in there. I'm not going to throw the tiny child in there. I'm going to use the tiny child when I get up a little farther where it gets quite a bit deeper. There's not as much current in this river as there is in the Connecticut. And the Connecticut's got dams on it, but right down the river here, a couple miles, is the flood control dam. And you can see, I mean, the current here is just barely moving me. Where on the Connecticut, it'll move you, I don't know, a mile an hour anyhow. Here we go, here we go. Oh! Another pickerel bit me off. Oh, maybe not. Yep, sure is shooting. Well, I thought I'd catch another nice bass at that tree back there. I threw in a couple of more times and got bit off both times by pickerel. So down the river we go. All right, well, I know I said I was going all the way down to the dam, but when I see water like this, I gotta make a few casts. Some people like to fish around docks, like Titus, man, he does amazing around docks. I don't have many places with docks where I like to fish. Trees are the primary structure for me. And I love fishing towards timber. Whoa, there it is. Oh, he's in the boat. Come on, don't jump off. All right. Oh, well, off he went. Little smallmouth. Pretty little smallmouth, though. Number 2 for the day. Number 68. Thank you for playing, little fella. Just nailed that, coming across that log. yeah. Like the look of that. There we go. Got him. Oh, feels like a good fish. It's another good fish. Oh, oh, it's a jumper. That's a nice smallmouth right there. Oh, come back up. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, get in here. Woo. It's in the net. These smallmouth don't have the typical bars. Well, he has a little bit. They don't have the typical bars that you see on a lot of smallmouth. Oh. Timber. Man, I love it. Right in the corner of the mouth. Oh yeah, he's got the bars on him. And that a pretty smallmouth. Number 3. 69. I love river fishing. I love dealing with current, although there's no real current here. Very slight current. But you always know on the downside, you know, the downstream side of timber, anything's going to get flushed through there. And that's where the fish are going to be waiting. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Man, taking it on the... Oh, this fella took it deep. Unfortunately, this little fella took it deep, but we'll get him free. Number 4. Well, that was crazy. That little bass I just caught, number 4, also number 70 for the year, he didn't make it. And he took it a little bit deep. There was just no way I could help it. He was like 6 inches, so it wasn't, you know, even keepable. But he was flopping on the surface, and I heard this big... I looked back, and there was this huge, huge splash ring, and he was gone. I don't know if it was a bigger bass or a pickerel or what, but he got 8. That's pretty funny. I felt bad. I felt bad killing him, but I guess I gave Mr. Big a nice meal. It's crazy. There's also a lot of eagles on this river, so if he wouldn't have gotten eaten by, you know, a bigger fish, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten snatched up by an eagle before the day's done. So I told you guys this is a flood control river, and probably another half a mile we'll come to the flood control dam. But look at this right here. These are the safety buoys that go across the river below the dam up above in Bristol. And every once in a while they get jarred loose by the floods. And look how high they were. They're up in that tree. So that means that the water was that high at one time. I don't know if that was this year or last year, but those buoys are stuck up in that tree a good 20 feet. That means this whole area here was underwater 20 feet high. That whole area over there would have been flooded. And that's why there's so many trees in the river. Every year with the floods, trees wash down. And where I'm headed is the debris catcher. They have a debris catcher down here. It's a series of cables and big buoys that stop the trees and everything from getting to the dam. And then they'll come in and they'll clean it out. That's amazing, isn't that? That water was that deep to put those marker buoys up in that tree. Whew, power of nature, man. Try the tiny child. Drops off pretty deep in here. Get this thing over here by those trees. Got him. Got him. Oh, feels decent. Oh, it's a jumper. Another smallmouth. All right. Another smallmouth. This one on the tiny child. All right. Right in the snout. These fish aren't big, but man, are they fun. Fighters. Hard fighters. I mean, that's a 7 or an 8-inch smallmouth. Come out of the water 2 feet. Thank you for playing. The tiny child. That's awesome. Got right down to the bottom by that big tree right there, and that's where he was waiting. So far, pretty much all the smallmouth except for that one have been kind of dinks, but that one largemouth, he was nice. We get up to the dam, we're gonna catch some nice fish up there. Got him. Got him. Another little jumper of a smallmouth. Another little smallmouth. They are loving this tiny child. Got him right through the gill plate. There we go. Like a 6-inch smallmouth, but man, did he think he was bigger than he is. That's number 6. 72. Well, there you can see the flood control dam down there. You can see the high water mark on that building on how deep that water has been in the past. It's a big structure. The dam, it goes off beyond it. You can see the debris catchers out there. I know we're pretty far away, but I'm going to fish this whole bank on the way down and then fish across in front of those debris catchers and get a better look when we get down closer. The wind is really picking up. Last time I was here at this spot, I caught my PB pickerel, a 3-pound smallmouth, and a big fall fish, all on a chatterbait. So I wanted to make sure I had one rod rigged up with a chatterbait. Now the wind is really blowing me. I'm going to head right over to the debris field, and we're going to see what we can catch. The wind's going to push me right on top of the stuff. Little fella just snapping at it. Got to be some big fish in here. That's what I'm after. Put it right on the edge. Got him. Oh, am I in the debris? Oh, he's got me in debris. Oh man, that's the risk, even with the tiny child. I got it. Whew, the old bow and arrow trick. I'm gonna work this tiny child all the way over to the shore along the edge of this debris catcher. If I don't get anything, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna run it with the chatterbait. Nice smallmouth on the chatterbait. Oh, did you drop it? Yeah, nice, thank you. Number 7. Dandy little smallmouth. Let's put him back in the water. Number 7 and 73. Get paddling here before I get hung up. Alright. Whew, the wind is whipping. It was perfect for that drift until I stopped pedaling. This wind wasn't unexpected, but I was hoping it would be moving the other way. Oh, got another one. Oh, the chatterbait is killing it today. Oh man, oh, that feels like a good one. Oh, that's another big pickerel. Nice pickerel. You knew I couldn't go a day without one. Well, 15, 18 inches maybe, I don't know. Don't really care. All right. Oh, there's another one. Oh, man. Oh, that's a big, oh, it's another pickerel. It's not as big as I thought, though. Same size as the last one. Do me a favor, spit the hook. No. Oh, yep. Not quite as big as the last one. Pretty fish. It'll be a long pedal. I'm gonna try to get off on this bank. Get a little bit out of the wind. The wind is blowing straight this way. All right, well, I found a little piece of shade and a bay where I'm protected from the wind. So it's not blowing on the camera at least. Man, the wind picked up and I had about a 2-mile pedal upriver, and it took me a lot longer than I thought. I'm running a little bit late. Sorry, babe. That's the way it goes. Had a good morning. Caught 7 bass. Took my total up from 66 to 73. One really nice largemouth. The rest were all smallmouth. 2 of them were decent. The other ones were dinks, but man, well, even those dinky little smallmouth are hard fighters. And then down by the debris field, I caught 2 decent-sized pickerel on the chatterbait. I caught a nice bass on the chatterbait too, but most of them came on, well, kind of a variety. I caught one on a yum dinger. I caught a couple on a Ned Rig, and I caught 3, I think 3 of them on the tiny child modification of a Ned Rig. Makes it pretty weedless, or in my case brushless. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go back up to the Connecticut River where I fished the other day and use that tiny child. That is an awesome way to work yourself in through the trees without losing a lot of hardware. So thanks for that, Ola. That's a great tip and cool looking little lure. And yeah, thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time. I'm not sure when. Probably won't be until the weekend, but I'm at, let's see, 6 yesterday, 7 today, 13 bass for the month and only 2 outings. So I'm on track. We're gonna get there. Take it easy. Peace. All right, let's